Hey everybody, this is Jay Seville, the owner of WilmingtonRealEstate.com. That's Wilmington-Real-Estate.com. As you see here from my cheesy logo, that only costs $75. So if your business needs a logo, HMU as they say, hit me up and I'll tell you where to get one. I'm going to do a deep dive into Leland real estate. Usually I spend my blogging and production time dealing with ocean fronts and second row homes, but heck, I live here in the Leland area. My kids go to school here. I might as well do a deep dive right here. I am learning new software here as we speak. This is not my normal system because my iMac just died. They call it the black screen of death. Well, from 2009, it's time for a new computer. You know, what can you do? So let's go into Leland Real Estate and show you how this works. First of all, the website is WilmingtonRealEstate.com. And there is a YouTube channel with 100 videos regarding hyper-local, consumer-driven information for real estate in Wilmington and at the different beaches here. And that YouTube channel is justnewlistings.com. This is a picture of Hawkswater at the website. And the reason I have that there is I'm going to use that in what I call an apples-to-apples dive into the data. So basically I'm going to look at very similar like properties from 2016, 2017, look at what they sold for and compare them to the same niches of real estate today. I'll do it for older homes in a non-HOA setting as well as for new construction homes. First though, a little bit about the market. Since 2017, there's been a 55% decrease in the average days on market. We had a little COVID bump up here, if you might say, where things went up a little bit, but they've already gone down a little bit since then and are back on track. So the demand here is off the charts. Next, in the big picture of overall transactions, the peak of the nation was around this time, 2017, okay, and or excuse me, 2007. And that was a big deal, you know, in real estate sort of history for the nation for the last 30 years. But in Leland and the whole region, here we are at 2020, and we actually are like 120 transactions higher than we were at the peak of 2007. So the market here has been just explosive off the charts. Why? Why have we had such high numbers of transactions? Well, we're in the middle of a macro event here, real estate wise. That is, the baby boomers are retiring. They come to me all the time that they're paying $12,000 a year in real estate taxes. So how many of you can afford 12 grand a year in real estate taxes, much less after you retire? Not many of us. So they're like, oh, we're out of here, New York, New Jersey, etc. They're coming down here, and instead of 12 grand in taxes, they pay 2,000 in taxes. So yeah, this is where they want to be, definitely, and that's part of a big macro thing going on. So regardless of current events, the macro always beats the micro, you might say. Well, actually, since real estate's hyper-local, maybe it's the other way around. Oh my gosh. But that's what's going on, and it figures to be going on here for quite some time, to be honest with you. I would not be surprised. It's been going on since 2012. We could easily have another 5 years of very high real estate activity. Now let me switch screens here. The number of closed sales since 2017 is up 55%. Just since 2017, they were around 800-ish, and like I had pointed out before, in 2020, now we're up around 1,200-ish closed sales. And that's in a month, which is remarkable. Sorry for the interruption. So now we'll get to the juicy part. How are the values? Okay, so here we have 3 non-HOA homes. They were all built in 2016, 2006, 2007, 2006. So these are regular resale homes, and back then, 3 years ago, 2016, 2017, the average sale was $209,000. So now we fast forward to 2020. These same very similar homes, all with 4 bedrooms, okay, All of them built in 2006, 2007, non-HOA. Now they're closing for $263,000. So that is a plus 26% an increase in market values for resale homes in Leland since 2017. So next we'll hop over to new construction. What about new construction? I'll use Hawkswater as an example. Very middle class neighborhood for folks, and it sort of represents not so much the retirement population coming here and buying in Brunswick Forest, for example, but a lot more locals bought into Hawkswater. So going back to 2016, excuse me for that, I'm still learning this software. So here we go. These were built in 2016. They're 4 bedrooms and about 2,000 square feet. The average price of these was $223,000. So now we go to similar size properties, 1,900 square feet, but built in 2019-2020, and the average price was $251,000, which is plus 13% for new construction. So what used to cost X now costs X plus 13% compared to 3 years ago when it comes to new construction. And you might be thinking, well, Jay, why do the resale homes, how come they've appreciated more, ironically, than the new construction homes? Well, often in an explosive market, what you have are builders undersell the marketplace, and they can do this because they have so much resources, so much large-scale supplies that are being purchased, etc. So it's very efficient when they're building these huge communities of what they can get away with the offer prices and stuff. So it can make it hard for a resale person to sell their home because they can always, the buyer can just go get a new home for the same price or less. So what would be a good study is to show you how much longer it takes to sell a resale compared to the new homes when you have that situation. Generally, builders can undersell the market in some situations, and that's what's happened here. So prices are up 26% from a year ago for resales, and for brand new construction about 13%. Here's a chart from the middle of 2019, and it replicates what I found. I just showed you my own research, and it matches up perfectly with this source, which is Altos Research that I used to have a subscription to. What's really interesting, though, and where the rubber meets the road, because I work with a lot of buyers, is that they have been priced out of the marketplace now. I have people that were going to buy here in Leland. I've been talking to them for 2 or 3 years, but in the bottom quartile of the prices, like the lower quartile of prices in the area, the average price went from like 141 up to 210. So 3 years ago, what used to cost 140 now costs 200. So a lot of folks that could afford that $150,000 home, now they can't afford Leland anymore. We have to scoot further out for them, and that is definitely exasperating situation. So I would love to tell you more about any local real estate matters you're concerned with, but that's a good look at WilmingtonRealestate.com and what we do. And I look forward to hearing your story. Thanks.